not too far from here, actually. Jill's hanging out at the Danish Canadian Club of Calgary. And Jill, you know what? I was just thinking that I could use some glug.
We've got some glug for you. Glug, yeah.
Perfect.
Glug and æbleskiver.
Yum.
And how do we say Merry Christmas, Peter?
Glædelig jul og godt nytår.
Glædelig jul, godt nytår.
Ja.
And a Happy New Year, and a partridge in a pear tree. All right, let's start off with, we haven't had any glug this morning, I promise you that, not yet.
And what we've done here, we have taken all the alcohol out of it, so there's no problem. So go ahead.
All we're doing is we're using a red table wine.
Okay.
Pop that in there.
So the alcohol evaporates.
Yeah,
it will.
As you are.
We're going to throw some raisins in here.
Okay. So this is basically a mulled wine, and this would be traditionally served when people come over to your house for the holiday season. Okay.
That's right. Have that and a little, well, Peter's going to go into the æbleskiver very soon.
Yep.
These are almonds. And
cloves.
a bit of cloves. That's right. Throw in a couple orange slices, and you just let it brew.
Let it
for a
brew.
little while.
Call it a glug. All right.
Warm up, and you're on your way.
You're on your way this Monday morning. All right, and æbleskiver is also traditional, Peter. What is
it?
it?
Very traditional again. It's one of those we use for every Christmases, and of course served with a glug. And it's a nice little, they can call them donuts, or we just have a special pan. It's called æbleskiver pan. And as you see, we're just turning them as they are being cooked here. Yeah. And wow, this is so traditional, and thank you very much. And we use them down here every Saturday for our brunch. Come on down to the Danish Club.
You've turned 1 or 2 æbleskivers in your day.
I've done about 1 billion.
About 1 billion.
Yeah,
that's good skill. Okay,
Yeah.
so and how do you serve these? So these are sweet treats.
That's right. As I said, you see here, you have a little sprinkle of icing sugar, and it comes with strawberry jam. So you dip it in strawberry jam, or as sometimes here for brunch, we use some maple syrup, we use Saskatoon berries.
Delicious.
Yeah, and this is what the Danes do.
This is what the Danes do. I like it here at the Danish Canadian Club. Can you roll through some of the other things we're going to be making really quickly?
Yeah, we're going to do the pebernødder, which is again a Danish cookie. Here we have our vanilla kranse. This is one we're going to be making this morning. These are called kleiner. It's a different recipe. These has been deep fried. These are baked, and these are baked. And this is called vanilla kranses. That's the one we're going to make this morning.
Vanilla kranses.
Vanilla kranse.
Last but not least.
Kleiner.
The kleiner.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So,
wonderful. Sweet treats.
That's why we stay skinny.
Getting ready for the holiday season here at the Danish Canadian Club. We're also going to be learning what they put on the Christmas tree, Tara.
They probably put glug on the Christmas tree because glug's good for everything.
Checking in with Jill Bell, she's she's learning how to make all kinds of Danish treats this morning.
Yes, just in time for the holidays, Ted. And we had the glug earlier and wanted to show you that this is actually served with a spoon. And that's how you can get at all of the goodness at the bottom. The raisins and the almonds. Beautiful stuff. So what are we making next, Peter?
Yes, this morning we're going to work on vanilla kranse.
Vanilla kranse.
And we're going to do it right from scratch, which is our 200 grams of flour.
Okay.
And then we're going to put our little spoonful of baking powder. 125 grams of sugar.
Got it.
And we have grounded almonds here because this is a part of the whole recipe. All in here. And we have 200 grams of fresh butter.
Danish like to cook with butter.
We like our butter, we like our cream, because we bike to work.
You bike to work. You work it all off.
Absolutely. We'll put that right in here.
All right.
We'll just let it go for 10 minutes, and
start that up.
Before we're realizing that.
How about your little secret ingredient here?
This is the end of the stuff. You take the little vanilla bean, and we skim it off, and it comes right in here, and that's where you get the real flavor.
So you like to use that fresh vanilla bean, not the extra.
Do it, right?
The only way to do it.
Anyway, this is done, and here comes the fun part. This is to put it into our little
cookie grinder.
It is actually cookie grinder. Thank you very much. The dough is ready here, and for some reason, it takes 2 people.
It takes 2 people. Yeah. It's a team effort. Do you put that in the fridge, or it's good to go as is?
That's good to go. So why don't we just start do a little turn here, and
Okay.
I will take it as you turn the other way.
Oh, other way.
There we go.
Oopsie.
There we go. See here?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
And just a little bit faster, and I got this out here. I'll get it about the size of my hand. That's
So
good.
that's how you measure it.
Yeah, that's good. And then you just made it, form it up nicely, and you'll see you have a nice little vanilla.
Very delicate.
Yeah.
Did you grow
Yeah,
up
yeah,
eating
yeah.
these kinds of treats?
This is what the family did back on the farm. You know, everybody gathered together, the children, the grandma, and the parents, and all before Christmas, everybody was making, as you see, the whole line of cookies over here. Keep going. Yeah,
Okay, here we going. I'm slowing up production here, Peter.
Hey, listen, you know, it's training makes perfect, right?
All right, practice
There we
makes
go,
perfect.
thank you. And then we just keep going like that. And when this is done, put them in oven, 400 degrees, 375 degrees for approximately about 10 minutes. And what we do with these, we have them here, and before we get the ornaments on the Christmas tree, you can go over there. We actually hang them on our Christmas tree.
Wonderful.
Let's go
All
over
right,
here,
let's
hang
cap
it
this
on our
up.
Christmas tree.
So, cookies on the Christmas tree.
Yeah, there we go.
That's my kind of Christmas
There
tree.
you kind of go.
Ted Tara. Ooh, look at this.
Voila.
And then they disappear.
Well, that's the best way and most inexpensive way to buy your Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Well done, Jill.
Thank you.
You're good.
Thank you.
very much.
Tradition. The full meal deal is coming up.
All right,
Traditional
good
dinner.
stuff. Those cookies look good.
See, every day you have one fewer ornament. You wonder why they're all gone by Christmas Day.
yeah, no.
Heading on over to check in with Jill Bellin. She is at the Danish Canadian Club of Calgary. And Jill, you're preparing food and serving it up the way that my daughter wishes she could eat every day. Basically, you had dessert first, and now you're moving on to the main course.
That's how we do it here at the Danish Canadian Club. Yeah, not a bad order. We've done dessert, we've done the glögg, and now it's time for the main course. So for that, we've brought in the chef here, Eli, who's going to take us through, and Peter, of course, is working on some of the sauces on this side. So this is a traditional Christmas meal.
Absolutely.
Is this something you would serve year-round, or you serve this especially
you
for
could
Christmas?
serve year-round, but especially everybody is interested in having it for Christmas time.
Okay,
It
what are we
goes with,
making?
okay, so what we have here, we have the duck.
Mm-hmm.
So all you could do is grab the whole duck, and simply all you have to do, give it a quick rinse and
Yes.
salt it out, and just grab a little bit of kosher salt.
Okay.
Go on the breast side,
Just a little.
just a little. Don't worry, the salt will not go into the meat, so it will not be salty at all the second day.
Okay.
So you could leave that overnight in the fridge as long as it's covered nicely, and then the second morning all you have to do is just remove all the salt off.
All right.
And you put it in the oven for about 45 minutes, and it should come out nice and crispy. And I'll show you in
Really?
a little later how crispy and colorful it's going to come out.
Okay, easy as that.
And after that, we'll go with the same thing goes with the pork loin. So you grab it and you buy it with the rind on there.
Yeah.
And buy yourself a disposable X-Acto knife.
X-Acto
It's the
knife.
best way to do it. And all you have to do is just simply score about 1/4 inch on the skin itself, and
Yes.
simply try not to go into the meat, because otherwise it's going to come out quite salty, because we're going to do the same thing with the salt here.
Just a little bit of salt.
Just very little bit of salt. So grab the kosher salt is the best salt to use actually compared to your regular table salt. Same thing, cover it, leave it in the fridge for about 20 hours, and the second day for that piece of size meat for about 3 to 4 pounds, put it about 45 minutes to an hour in the oven at high heat for about 375, 400 degrees.
Wonderful. That's going to make it crispy.
That's going to make it crispy, and I will show you just in a moment after I show you what we do with the potatoes
Let's
and
go
the
for it.
cabbage.
Potatoes ready to go, and there we go again. We have the real white sugar caramelized over here. This is very hot, 400, 500 degrees, so careful it doesn't splash on anybody
right.
here. Be a little bit back up a little bit here.
Woo.
Very, very hot. And what we do here, this is our small caramel tomato. Careful, this is very hot.
And to give it a nice color, you add a little bit of butter while you're caramelizing
More
it.
butter.
Yeah, more butter. That's what the Danes are good for, right? And this is just almost like a candy potato.
A candied potato.
Potato. There
Those
you
look
go.
delicious. Okay, do you know what? We're out of time.
Yeah, there we go.
That looks delicious. We're going to plate this up and show you in the next segment how this is served, the main course here at the Danish Canadian Club. A pleasure to be here for the holiday season, Tara.
And I would follow that course up with a baby aspirin, because boy, oh boy, that is some rich stuff.
Oh my goodness. I mean, the spread here is incredible, and this is the perfect time of year to come down here to the Danish Canadian Club. You're making it snow here, Peter. That looks wonderful.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, here we go again. We're going to do a little final test here for all our baking, and Eli's going to tell us a little bit of how to arrange their hot meal, and then we're going to talk about the Danish rice pudding, which is called risalemang.
3 salaman. Okay, but we did the duck and the pork earlier, so this is how you plate the traditional dinner. What else do you have going on?
So you'll put the duck over this side, nice and caramelized color on top, and then the pork you slice it between those slicers that we did earlier with the knife, and it comes out nicely presented. And then you see the rind here. If it's done properly with the salt, it comes out nice and crispy. There's a little bit of caramelized apple here with a nice prune sitting on top inside of it, and that's the traditional way of presenting it. With the caramelized potato that we did earlier, and some boiled potato, and a little bit of caramelized cabbage that goes on that on the platter, which is your hot meal.
All right. Meat and potatoes and a little bit of cream for dessert. So this is the rice pudding. This does not look like the rice pudding I'm used to seeing. That is beautiful and fluffy. What's in there?
Yeah, this is done with our take a rice which has been cooked the day before, and with the vanilla, and we do it with the sugar, cool it down, and next day you will whip up the whipped cream. Of course, again, we Danish, we like our whipped cream, and we will blend the rice into the whipped cream. And what happened then? We just serve that with a hot cherry sauce, or it could be cold cherry sauce, whatever you prefer. And you can get them pitted, or you can get them not pitted. And here we got some fresh one this year, and that is our traditional. And if you want to do a door price, we will slip a little almond in there, and whoever gets that almond that night get whatever we decide is going to be the door price.
Oh, really?
So there's a little luck there as well.
Hey, there's a secret almond hiding in there. Cameraman Nick has a spoon ready. Yeah, you go ahead and dig in, take a big spoonful, see if you get the secret almond. Oh, yeah.
Danish marzipan, and it looks like a Danish pig, and they call it the marzipan pig, and that's usually be the little thing with a little bow on. Thank you very much.
Gorgeous. I love it here. Nick says no almond, so I'm going to dig in, see if I get the secret almond, you guys. The door prize. Might as well go for it. And what I've gathered here this morning is that the staples in Danish cooking, butter and cream.
Butter and cream.
Butter and cream, and on some things.
Did you get an almond?
No secret almond.
Oh, no almond.
More.
Not this time. Not this time.
But she's gonna keep going. She'll find it.
She's going back for
eventually.
thirds and fourths, I bet.
I used to get those marzipan pigs every Christmas from a
Really?
member of my family.
Cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
All kinds of yummy treats, Jill. What's your favorite so far?
Oh, so many yummy treats, Ted. Probably the rice pudding. I'm chock full of butter and cream here today, and happy to be here for the holiday seasons. And I'm being joined by Ben here, who's the president of the Danish Canadian Club. So this is just such a sweet spot and so beautiful. We're by the Viking Room, the King's Room. Tell me a little bit about the club and when was it established?
It was established in 1933, and we just had our 80th anniversary, and we have about 1,600 members at this time. And there's approximately 20 to 25,000 Danish background people in the Calgary area.
Wow, how about that?
And our purpose is to maintain and display the Danish traditions and of course the Danish food, which is one of those traditions. That's what we do, and then provide facilities such as the Mermaid Inn, which members can bring their guests and come down here and sample the Danish food or Canadian food, because the Danish Canadian Club's motto is Danish Canadian Club for all Canadians.
For all Canadians. So all people welcome here, of course, especially over the holidays. But throughout the year, there are lots of things going on here. So tell me a little bit about what happens here other than Christmas time.
Well, we have social events. We have things for the children, of course, with the Danish traditions. And we also have dances, and since we're for all Canadians, we have to celebrate the Stampede and the Grey Cup and those kinds of things. So that's what goes on. There's places here where you can come down and celebrate your anniversaries, your birthdays, whether you're Danish or not.
Okay, wonderful Saturday brunch.
A Saturday brunch, and watch our chef or our general manager flip 5 omelets simultaneously down here without spilling anything. And also we have the more European breakfasts, with meat and those kinds of things.
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we want to be part of the community, so we contribute to charities. The Great Dames Club has been gathering money for charity in Calgary for 26 years.
Wonderful.
And there's another one coming up in March. And we donate to the food bank, and we give out scholarships to the younger generation who are heading on for post-secondary education.
Fantastic. A wonderful gem here in our city. It has been a pleasure to be hosted by the Danish Canadian Club. We're now going to dance around the Christmas tree because that is another Danish tradition, and maybe eat some more cookies. Guys?
Do it.
I would say go for the glug.
Yeah.
I want you to go for the glug.
No kidding.
I mean,
Mulled wine.
It's 8:55. Glug time.
It is.